To install the ultra secure digital lock with the Austral lock, first get all of your tools and components laid out ready and take the door off if needed and have it ready to install. Make sure that you select the shorter screws and the shorter center pin and not the longer ones when you install onto a standard security door. Next, set the handle in the direction required for operation by unscrewing the handle from the rear and pointing in the correct direction. Then retighten the screws. Next, using the screwdriver provided, undo the battery cover and install the batteries to the lock. It's easier to do so before installing the lock as it's more manageable. Put the rods into the Austral adapter with the pin to the bottom of the door. Remembering that when you install this, we're going to slide the rods in, and remember that the slave tongues are going to be in the opposite direction, with the arrows pointing down, not up. Then, using a screwdriver, lift the other rod end up and attach the other slave lock. Next, we insert the lock body, ensuring that we line up the pins at the center of the lock. Seeing that the cylinder is offset, it only goes into the door from one direction, so you need to install the cylinder in the direction that it needs to go into the door. It may take a jiggle to get it in place. Next, ensure the cylinder is screwed into place. Next, we screw off the center lock. Make sure that the lock is down in the locked position by pressing on the top small tongue, sliding the latch down in the center there to ensure that it's in the locked position, and then you can align your top and bottom tongues into the correct position. So screw off one slave lock first and test to ensure it's correctly working, and then screw off the top tongue. Stand the door up to ensure that the locks are working correctly. Put the key in and turn the lock to ensure the slaves go in. Next, we're going to install the digital lock and handles, but first be sure that the A that is inside the lock is pointed directly towards the handle and is kept in that direction, and then swing the spring back into place. Then the next thing you can do is grab your center pin and put it into the lock, ready to install onto the door. Then gently ease it onto the door with the pin going through the correct hole, the cylinder in place, and the top and bottom screw holders lining up. Then the last thing is to put the interior handle on the inside. Then hold them together and put your screws in place. Once completed, stand the door up and just double check that all is installed and working correctly by using the interior handle, sliding the pin across and operating the triple lock. Once you know it's all working, you can cover the screws and then begin to program your lock.